The Square Ball Podcast.
Hello there, and welcome to the show. You will find this one in your podcast app if you want to listen. You can also watch it on YouTube as well. Dan here with Chris Mack, and me and Michael are back from New Orleans. We've been in the States. I'm not saying it's changed you, but you do now identify as Mickey Razmataz.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah.
I was going to wear a cap and all my merch I was given for free by people. I completely forgot.
I will say, because 49ers were in town playing the New Orleans Saints, and I reckon it was possibly as high as 40 or 50% of the stadium was 49ers fans, and they all wear merch. And some of the merch, mate, how outrageous is it?
I saw a guy with a Super Bowl ring hat. That was good. But people have the shoes, a bag, the shorts, a shirt, a big necklace thing. People go all out. You can see why the 49ers think there's a lot of money to be made off this shit. Because they'll be looking at it going, there's about $800 there. Lovely.
I'm sure people will start dressing like that at Ellen Road.
You get the piss beaten out of you at Ellen Road. But yeah, you're Mickey Razmataz now. That's your new name.
Yeah.
Because that's just what you embody.
Yeah, I think people know that already.
Good news for Levi Solicitors as well. They're well known in the States now.
Yeah, I managed to.
They can't practice there, but
did it like Panto style, didn't they?
Yep.
Shouting, people in the audience shouting out legal services. That's what you get with a Square Ball live show, everyone.
You get to shout Will's probate conveyance, which is it's on the we've got the live shows on the feed, video and audio as well. If you want to check that one out, if we sound a little bit croaky and tired, it's probably because we are. New Orleans nearly broke us, I think.
It was good though.
Collectively, it was a lot of travelling, and I think we went out quite hard for 4 days. But hi to all the LU
for old men, we went out.
Yeah.
Fairly hard. I'm sure a young person would laugh at our efforts.
You say that, but Michael, you sunk 7 pints of Guinness on the low key Friday evening meet-up, and I had to drag you out of the pub at midnight before the 9 a.m. kickoff.
Got to have a warm up.
Right. So yeah, and it kind of went downhill from there.
People were buying me, is the reason why. I'm not taking down free drinks, am I?
That's true enough. So Levi Solicitors bring you the show. LeviSolicitors.co.uk. Full details and terms on the website / the Square Ball there as well. 10% discount on your legal fees on the full range of services: wills, probate, conveyancing, lasting powers of attorney, care home fees,
all that.
Yep. Right into the show then. This is Propaganda, our clip-led show where we dive into the football channels, the football fan channels, and find out what's been said around the world of football. I want to say, to your eternal credit, Michael Normanton, when we were sat in Atlanta airport on our layover on the way back, you were downloading clips to your phone on YouTube of these various things we're going to hear now, so you could actually watch them on the plane. So you were working on the plane on the way back.
Webby and O'Neill, weirdly, not part of the in-flight entertainment system, so I had to make provisions for it.
Did you not tell the border force that you weren't working when you were over there?
That's true, actually. Yeah, we were there just on.
It was purely social.
Purely social. Yeah. Sailed through. No problem.
Interpol are listening.
we actually got through. I think we were genuinely low-key most worried about getting in at the border, weren't we? Absolutely no problem. We spoke to a lady there. She was a lady, and she was nice.
Very good.
She was laughing at us, weren't she? Are you bringing much US currency into the country? Nah,
about $50.
50 bucks. She just laughed. She went in. You go. That was it. Yeah. So you had a kilogram of smack up his arse, didn't you? But
don't actually say it. Yeah, but we did. I've not yet watched the match ball. Was it pretty exciting? Give you a bit of a tough one. I was saying that. I was like, fucking hell, there's not much room to talk about there, is there?
It was weird because we didn't really have that much to talk about, but then that happened at the end, and you're going, now we don't even know how to.
That's the only thing,
compose ourselves.
Yeah,
it's the thing. It felt a little bit like Sunderland last year, where we had all these notes written down, and then something happens in the 96th minute, and go, can't talk about any of that now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, in the old days when journalists had to type up the stuff and send it before full time, it'd have been completely fucked because it'd just be like, and then a goal went in.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Did it take the shine off that sort of couple of hours in the pub? I felt like I probably had to shake off the ending of that game because we had such a nice time. So Stuart Dallas is in the pub with us. You're like, it's Stuart Dallas, handsome man.
He is, yeah. Although he was also furious. He was just showing me the Rangers score on his phone every now and then, going not even saying anything, just look at this.
Did he speak to Prague at all about any of that?
He did speak to Prague, so I don't know what they were.
Prague didn't really speak to us, did he? What
they were discussing
at the museum?
No, he didn't at all.
There was a cursory handshake and a hello.
Yeah. I'd say Stuart Dallas, I don't know if I'd want to piss him off. Having a strong conversation with Marath about Russell Martin.
They've not sacked him yet, have they?
No,
I don't think so.
No. But yeah, well, you and Stewie D, Mickey Razzmatazz and Stewie D, just exchanging, two football guys, just exchanging
Sporting minds. Yeah.
football knowledge in the pub, watching the game unfold. Are you seeing this on the screen? Stew's like, yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Was he on the Guinness?
I'm trying to think, actually.
He might have been on your lager at that point.
He was on a lager, yeah.
Can't quite remember.
But yeah, fair play to him for turning. I wasn't sure if he'd be there for the pub watch along business, but yeah, he was there.
Yeah. So should we dive into the clips then? What have we got? Have we got anything related to Fulham? I don't even want to listen to this because they sort of, in their own way, mildly ruined my weekend.
Well, we've got some Fulhamish who are one-time FSA Club Podcast of the Year rivals.
Yeah.
They won. Congratulations to them.
I hope you're happy
for that.
Yeah, and it's not like we had a long way to come home, was it, after losing? Probably quite early in the ceremony, and they only have to go across town.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So it's the second trip, really, that they've ruined for us, these guys. But they're quite nice.
I was on Fulhamish last week for the Leeds preview.
Right.
And they were all very polite.
Yeah, they are.
Kind of sickening.
They're a nice bunch of lads, must be said. Yeah. You kind of watch it and you're like, I
don't want this.
These all seem quite nice. So yeah, this is from the quick take video, which is just a bit filmed. I think it's outside a pub straight after the game, but it's all very reasonable.
A really, really bad match of football, decided by one of the weirdest own goals I can remember for a long time. And we've seen a few down the years. Kevin Cottage. I've got to stop calling it.
Stop this now.
I'll take it. That's all I'll say is I'll take it.
That's what I said after the game, right? It was very much it wasn't great. And that might be doing it a service, if I'm honest. Like, absolutely abysmal from start to finish from both teams. But, you take those when you get them. It's been a difficult couple of weeks for us, obviously, ahead of this in the season. We're obviously frustrated by what happened at the Bridge, frustrated by some of the decisions against Manchester United. I think we can even be slightly frustrated about some of the decisions at Brighton. We didn't deserve anything today. We've ended up with 3 points. And, look, is it karma? No, because it wasn't like a decision that went our way or anything like that. And I don't think it was karma against Leeds, who were fine. But, you take those 3 points when they come, and ultimately that's what's happened today. Yeah, we were turgid, right? And as were Leeds, let's be very clear. Like, this wasn't a game where we've smashed and grabbed a 1-0 in terms of if they deserved it and we didn't. Neither team deserved anything, right? That's fundamentally where I've been on that game. They defended quite well, so did we. Like, so if you're going to argue in that regard, then I don't think there was much between the two teams in that sense.
I've got caught up on the word turgid there. Do you remember Moscow once correcting us on its meaning?
Which means full of water, doesn't it?
Yeah, swollen and distended or congested, like a turgid and fast-moving river. Or, in relation to language, tediously pompous or bombastic. I think people just means it was crap.
Yeah, that is what people mean.
Because that's why I said it, and I remember Moscow correcting us, and I was like, and I looked it up and I was like, ah.
Would you rather they describe the game as flaccid?
It sort of was, wasn't it? But do you know what? I take encouragement from that because it mirrors a lot of what the Newcastle fans were saying about that game, that it was not a great game, which means
just spoiling football.
Yeah, essentially we are dragging teams down to our level, which I think is the way that we're going to have to compete this season.
Well, they touch on that in the next clip, actually.
Yeah, I just felt like we struggled to deal with the physicality and the size of Leeds. I mean, I knew it was coming, but then when I actually saw it on the pitch, I was just like, oh my God, every single one of you is a man mountain.
Yeah,
it was quite agricultural in a way. I don't mean that too disrespectfully, but...
And that's how you have to be. Like, I think in terms of... Remember what we were like when we came up the first time?
We were a bit better than that.
We were better than that, 100%. But I think generally what I've said for the last 2 years is that the promoted clubs have not been physical enough, have not, won their duels in the middle of the pitch. Leeds have tried to stand up against that. They've tried to be like, right, okay, we're not going to be battered through the middle. We're not going to let teams run through us. That's a really sensible way of doing business. If you're Leeds, and to be honest, they probably should have come out with a point today. I know I said both teams deserve nothing, but if you're going to go both teams defended relatively well, then fine. Like, and a point for Leeds, and I was on, a Leeds podcast before this game. They were like, well, bite your hand off for a point. And I was like, I'm really refreshing to hear that, because I think for some years, or certain elements of Leeds fan base were like, we've got to go and beat Fulham. At Fulham is Fulham.
These lads sound like they've got a nice standard of living.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Would you want to drag them down?
Yeah. I want them to be walking up Bourbon Street. I don't think they would. I think they'd view it probably as beneath them, Bourbon Street in New Orleans, and effectively drinking cough medicine.
Nothing wrong with that.
For recreational purposes.
It's so he was on a Leeds podcast. That wasn't our podcast.
It was not, though.
Oh. People say, "What? Get some opposition fans on."
They're on now.
Yeah.
What more do you want?
We don't care what the hell they say.
It's interesting actually because everything's completely correct there that he said and reasonable, but he's like, I do still have a bit of me goes, we should be beating Fulham because it's Fulham. I still can't fully shake it, even though the logical bit of me goes, yeah, point would have been good there. We should still be beating Fulham.
But we're basing it on opinions of the 1990s and how we felt then.
Oh, and they were like a League One sort of team
absolutely.
as well.
Yeah, which is exactly the treatment we give their good kissing cousins Brentford.
It's hard to unlearn something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Also, like, Fulham aren't exactly a team full of wallflowers either. Like, they're the two big midfielders, two big centre-backs, Iwobi, big lad.
Bassey as well.
Bassey, Traore's big lad.
Yeah. I was getting increasingly annoyed by Bassey, the way he fell over quite dramatically a few times during the game when he's like an absolute brick shit house of a man.
If his nickname is not Shirley in that dressing room, that would be really frustrating.
I don't know who Shirley Bassey is.
That doesn't matter, does it?
To Brendy's credit, though, he said that Leeds were all man mountains.
Yep.
So Brendy be like that, flexing in the mirror. Did you hear what they said, Milana? Get a load of me.
Pass the oil. Right, and this was the goal.
I honestly think he's absolutely dumbfounded that no one gets a touch, and he just doesn't react, and it just hits him on the bonds, and with such power. It's honestly, he said he couldn't try it again. I think he'd have it 1,000 times. I don't know if Brian McBride had scored that header, like one of Fulham's most famous great headers of the ball, I think we'd have put it in the top 3. Like, it's that good from there.
I don't think any of our players score a header from there from a corner.
No, I thought the same. I thought that there's not one of our players that I'd have rather been in that position than Goodmanson. Like, obviously, he scored in the end, so it's easy to say that. But genuinely, I think put any of our players there, they would have struggled to get their head on that and direct it into the goal. So thank God for Goodmanson. Thank Goodmanson.
Yeah, I mean, it's made you feel nice. It's made me feel sad, lads.
It was a good header, though.
So stop it. It was a great header.
They're right, from the angle of it and everything. There was an element of craft to it, wasn't there?
Yeah. Whenever it happened, I just assumed it was a foul because, like, that doesn't happen? There's no way legally that can happen. But I also forgot I support Leeds United.
It was.
I thought it was Joe Rodon who'd headed it in because he went up for the first one, didn't he? It was him and Kearney were jumping together for the ball as it came across. Then it missed both of them. It was
too precise. There's almost a thing of like, how has any of this happened?
Yeah,
and yeah, it did.
Nobody on the posts.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because he was out there heading it where he should have been stood, arguably, because he's a fullback. Don't you put your fullback on your posts?
Not anymore.
Do you not?
Not for about a decade.
Right.
I wouldn't say.
Again, going back to the 1990s. What else have they got to say then, these well-to-do lads?
A little bit on this is from the show that they recorded after the event. This is a bit about sporting karma because they've had a bit of they were a bit shafted, weren't they, with the goal at Chelsea and stuff. So whether or not things balance out across the season.
I do believe in a little bit of sporting karma and a little bit of sporting justice. And I agree with Joe's point that neither team really deserved a point. But in the wake of the Josh King abject travesty, abject robbery that occurred, and I do think it tends to play out more over a 38-game season than a match-to-match, like literally happening one game later. But I was a little bit of like, yeah, there is some cosmic justice in that. And, you know, to the extent that that's really a thing, like maybe it isn't, but I kind of, when the game was over and we were celebrating and feeling like, man, we should not have come away with anything. And we did. I was like, okay, I think the footballing gods, we can kind of call this one somewhat all square now. Like, I feel like we've sort of been vindicated to an extent. I do subscribe to that.
I was just going to say, perhaps Goodmanson is just a pillar of fair play, and he saw what happened the other week and thought, you know what, I'm going to set the record straight here.
So we've banked one. The football gods are going to smile in our favour.
That's what I'm hoping.
Sometime soon.
Sure. Oh, that's something we did to ourselves. Do you still get the karma if it's not something that's...
Did we do it to ourselves, or was it just...
Yes, it was our fullback who headed it into the goal. Whereas it was a referee who robbed them against Chelsea. That's
true. But I mean, it just feels like he was just caught completely unawares. As they touched on in the previous clip, actually, it just happened because I suppose he couldn't believe that it had just sailed straight through to his head.
I'd spent quite a bit of that game thinking he was good as well.
Who?
Goodmanson.
He was good.
I was like, he looks like a real solid addition, this guy. Just really pleased.
Just because the ball bounced off his head in a freak on goal does not make him not a good player. He is still a good player.
It's shit, that wasn't
Also, that guy sounds a lot like you doing an American accent.
Well,
It doesn't sound believable.
it? Well, he is Mickey Razmataz, after all.
I will say, yeah, some of the accents on display in America were absolutely wild. People who are like from Morley or whatever, but have been in America for a number of years. Very, very confusing.
Sometimes American, sometimes more.
Very confusing business.
Yeah.
Some of them.
But great, wasn't it?
Yeah.
My great auntie who moved to America in the early 60s, anytime she comes back, like I visit her out there and she speaks to like her American friends with a vaguely American accent, but when she speaks to me, it's a bit more Belfast. But once the plane lands in Dublin, it's back. It's like she's never left Belfast. It's incredible. Do you think you might, in any future live shows, do some accents?
I mean, you did do some.
Did a bit of Farker, didn't I?
Yeah.
A little bit of Farker. Declined to do Donald Trump due to not wanting to be dragged off.
As we said in the recording, it's on the live show recording, but it's a red state. It's an open carry state. Pick your battles. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's move on to to that Cardiff City fan, someone who had a much more pleasant experience of an injury time goal. They started the season well.
They are now in League One.
They're in League One, but they are top of League One.
Yep.
So, which is, let's face it, it's more fun than being bottom of the Championship, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Because you get to actually win some games. Same points as Bradford. Don't know if you're aware of those guys as well.
Yep.
They're doing all right. So it was there. Obviously, went to Stockport. It was in their open-ended away end with no roof on it and stuff. It's got a nice kind of semi-non-league feel, as that to it.
Similar to the Superdome
at Stockport. It's similar sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at least play Stockport at Stockport.
Yeah.
In the League One days, great times. But this is him from the away end. This is, first of all, the Stockport goal. So this is, if you watch the goal, it makes sense. The ref does indeed almost blow his whistle for a Cardiff free kick. He then decides to let it go. They cross the ball and a penalty is awarded. You'll hear on this, he has started bleeping his videos now. I don't know if YouTube have been in touch to say the language is a bit much, but you can also hear towards the end of this, he's only bleeping his own language. So it kind of misses a bit of profanity on the way through.
He was gonna get the free kick as well. That dodgy. Oh, go on, Ed. You know, go on, Ed. You've seen so hard, didn't you? Well done.
Hey, I don't know about you. I noticed one slip through there.
Yeah. Bloke next to him, I think, got the better of him then. So you can hear in the people he's annoyed at. There are some, and I know he himself is a child, but there are some very young children knocking about at the side. I think with their dad, because the dad, I think, is the one that he refers to as a stinking C. I think that's what the guy calls him. But they're all kind of giving it the big one at the away end. So obviously, when the equaliser goes in, you can imagine how it goes.
It's the last minute now, 90th minute. We're not announced stoppage time yet, but we're going to lose. We're going to bloody lose. Absolutely dire. 7 minutes of added time. Last chance, come on.
It's actually funnier for the beeps.
There's not much left though, is there?
No, that's why it's funny.
It's like the old Jerry Springer show where they used to just be big gaps in it.
Is he saying the same swear word over and over again? Or
it's hard to tell.
It doesn't really matter, does it? It's funny because you can just imagine. I don't know. It's just, I liked it as well about halfway through that clip. There's a point, and you'll know this, you will have done this in a game when it all gets too much and you feel like you're going to faint and you just go, sort of in between the swearing and the cheering.
Yeah.
Oh, good fun. Yeah,
so this is then the game finishing. It's a 96th, 97th minute equaliser, so he's kind of walking out the ground here, but he's obviously still got that adrenaline going, and he's still annoyed about the kids who were at who were in the home and taunting him.
Oh my God. I know it's a point and stop, but fans going to go, oh, you're celebrating a point. Oh no. Wait, the kids give it large to the away end, mate. They belong in nursery. Literally. And people are going to say, oh, you can't talk, Ryan. You've got the voice of a year 4. I couldn't give two shits because the diff are going up.
Go on.
Youth trash talk. Some good trash talk in the Superdome, wasn't there? The guys who were sat in front of us to the left.
Very different vibe.
Yeah. I think you would have got filled in
within seconds.
Yeah.
A guy in the 49ers get up, just constantly like taunting everyone around him and just being left alone.
Yeah.
It was I would be interested to see that approach from an away fan.
Yeah,
sneaking into Elland Road
in full away kit get up.
Yeah.
Anyway, where's next then, Michael? Please.
Do you want to go with Wolves or Scum?
I feel like Scum's going to be the big payoff here.
You know, let's leave Scum. Let's leave Scum. We'll go to Always Wolves. I went for post Newcastle pain because they've lost again and stuff. They mainly sort of seemed all right about it, but they did do a bit of Leeds chat, so I listened onto that to see what they were saying about the game that's coming up.
It's a must-win, isn't it, really? I mean, a point, yeah, okay, but really to take pressure off this team, Wolves really need 3 points, especially at Molineux. It could be a nasty place if we don't get going quickly.
Yeah, and in my head, that's actually scared me a little bit because I think a lot of people will get slapped at Arsenal. So you look at their other results and they've held Newcastle and very, very nearly Fulham to a draw, beat Everton, who I was impressed with against us, albeit early on, and they maybe hadn't clicked. But maybe they are. I mean, you look at the actual squad, which I've had a very quick look, and you think, yeah, that's beatable. I think Nonto can maybe cause problems, especially because of the lack of pace we've got in our left wing back options. So thinking about it, maybe Rodrigo does keep his place, but you look at that squad, and even when you're saying about how our window's been poor, we've still got more quality. Yeah, it's a must-win, as you say, and I think we will. And I'll start to. Yeah. No, I do. But if it's 5 in a row, mate, I think this podcast could be ugly next week. Yeah, so it's not as if it's like must-win or we're down, but I think if we do lose, I will be feeling like that. But yeah, it's must-win, and we will. It'll be fine.
It feels like there's a bit of wishful thinking there, doesn't it? Which we've all been there, but we know there's the blueprints of how to beat them. Get the crowd turning against them. He said it'll get ugly if
down the left.
If they don't start well. Yeah, get down left. So maybe down the right, our right, wouldn't it? Down left.
Yeah. So Dan James
on there. If they've got a slow left back,
he's injured. Yeah,
right.
You don't remember that bit, do you?
No. Anybody else we've got? Any wingers? But yeah, if we can turn the crowd on them early, then I think that's how we'll do it. And if we set about them in the way we've set about everybody else, and it descends into a grind, I think it will frustrate them if they don't get many chances. So hopefully we can take one of ours and win 1-0.
Yeah, I do think it's a game that we can win, but I also really wouldn't be surprised if it ends in a draw and everyone's annoyed.
Yeah.
I think they'd be really annoyed because they're into that'll be one of their probably 3 most winnable games of the season at home. They'd be looking at that. So yeah.
But you feel like this is what we should be targeting though, given what we've got in the layout of our fixtures.
And as addressed here, there have been some interesting games against us.
Leeds, we've had some horrible games at Molineux against in recent times in the Premier League, normally full of controversy or red cards. One of the games I remember, it was an evening game when Jimenez got sent off, and that just completely derailed our season under Bruno Lage. I'm
just thinking, Dave, that if we lose, we're going to be on that podcast again, aren't we? That one that clipped us up. I've just said we will win.
Earlier today, I was thinking about that. Yeah,
Can we cut that bit out?
Yeah, no. I remember I proper. I'm not going to react to them this year, but I proper bit at them the last time we lost to them. Basically, there's a Leeds podcast do similar stuff to us, but they have like a Patreon, so obviously they just got to pad it out, and all they do is clip different podcasts up or different match reactions. They love Dazzling Dave.
They clipped up Gems. 1 year.
Did they?
Yeah.
So I spoke to YouTube because I was that rattled. I was like, yeah, can you get this? I haven't said that I can use my YouTube video. And YouTube was like, yeah, jog on. So they just react to everything. So hopefully we win. So I can be, nice and I wouldn't care either way then.
I'm not bothered.
He actually grassed us. What a little tote.
The thing is, I looked into this before we launched. First of all, they make it sound like, they're padding it out. Propaganda is one of the most labour-intensive shows that we do. You were mentioning it.
Want to see padding? Go back to the sponsor reads, eh?
But it's because you spend hours looking through stuff just for it's like the needle in the haystack stuff, isn't it?
Although it was quite easy after that 3-2 win against Wolves. They were at that point obsessed with the conspiracy theory that the FA was trying to stop them getting into Europe.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're safe.
Yeah.
These days.
Nobody cares about Wolves.
That was the thing at the time. There was they were talking about it as if it had been a big thing and everyone was in on this. I don't think anyone else has even noticed.
And if the lads are happening to be watching or listening to this, it's worth understanding that you have fair use provisions in the UK to critique and clip up content as long as you give it proper attribution. So that's always Wolves. There you go. Are being properly attributed.
Did you know what isn't allowable in the UK?
What's that?
Being little grass.
Is that right?
So it's a crime.
I mean, it's legally allowed, but it's against the code, isn't
frowned
it?
upon.
It's against the code.
Particularly for something like that.
Yeah, it's fair use for critique. Grow up.
Good. I was glad it is. I was glad it had annoyed him and it had crossed their mind as well. But I remember the guy there.
Oh shit!
He was the one who once said it was. He's mentioned this before because he once said something along the lines of I know what I said's going to be picked over by 4 old men on a Leeds podcast.
How old is he?
Oh, he's quite young. He's probably in his 20s.
Just a mere boy.
And it was when Moscow was there too, and he had a grey beard, so it's fair enough, I suppose. We've brought obviously some very youthful people in now.
And thankfully, I'm young and hip, and you are now Mickey Razmataz.
Classic youth audience with Rob and Chris. with their street speak they do and all that.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys.
Yeah.
I'm pointing at the...
I really want to win on Saturday night just to see the meltdown.
Exactly the same. And I watched back as well what the other thing they were annoyed about. They were all absolutely livid about the Jimenez red card. And I remembered the one on Melier that he actually got his second yellow for. The first tackle he does is appalling. Like mid-shin on Robin Koch. And they were also, and that wasn't a yellow card. And also the second one, again, a very obvious yellow card. Melier, they both go for a ball. Melier gets there quite a bit before him, and then he clatters him.
No, we said this at the time when we were right then, and we're still right now.
Still right now.
Yeah.
Still right now.
Which is good. Webby and O'Neill time.
Let's. So
I feel good about this. Even in weeks where we've been taking a bit of a gut punch, let's admit. It felt bad on Saturday when that happened, didn't it?
Yeah.
We can always find somebody to laugh at.
It did. And they were feeling good too, pre-Man City. Tony was confident.
You kick us off with your overall thoughts. Well, it's two clubs who are battling to turn things round. City's dominance is on the wane. United are looking to take advantage of it. And I believe they can. I think United are looking for the second win. And let's get it at City. We have been putting the ball back in the back of the net. And City are copping it. I've just got this funny feeling. I swear to God, Gay, I've got a funny feeling here. We're going to go there and we're going to humiliate City.
Whoa. After the Grimsby progressed into the next round of the League Cup, didn't they? They beat another big giant killing against Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah. I did enjoy someone put a picture of that on. Did you see the picture that did the rounds on Twitter? It was something along the lines of, if you want to know how incompetent Sheffield Wednesday are, they've used a row of stewards to separate Grimsby fans from Grimsby fans because they'd allowed him a bit of the side stand as well. And they'd kind of put a blockade in the middle. So that was nice. But yeah, we don't want to be in the cup anyway, do we?
We've got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah. We'd only have got beaten by Grimsby anyway.
We've got bigger wolves to rile, haven't we?
Fine.
Something like that.
Yeah. So that was, he's confident, but this is a bit now about how they're going to set up and also about fan confidence and stuff around the game.
Is it Luke Shaw or does Mazraoui come back in? I'm not too sure, but Dorgu on that left-hand side,
he's got to start surely with some pace and power.
Yeah, he's got to start, Dorgu. I look at the back three. They've worked together with the wing backs. They're all in sync as far as I'm concerned. Yes, there's been a few dodgy moments and that, but it's a lot improved from what I've seen from last year. They are talking, they're moving up together, they're acting as a team now. So that for me is good. Now I look at the fan base. It's the fan base what are turning. Never mind the players who are confident. They're going more confident about Ruben Amorim, that these players fully understand what's needed. And the confidence is there in the fan base going forward. A lot more confident than they were last year. We was all shell-shocked. But the few games we've played already, the cobwebs have been thrown out, and now we're going to move on. Everyone knows the job. And the fans, most of all, will get right behind United, as they always do at the Etihad, and cheer them on, because they believe, and that's what you want.
I heard this, and I actually had to go and check Scum's results to make sure I hadn't missed any. Because they've lost to Arsenal, drawn at Fulham, lost to Grimsby, beaten Burnley with a last-minute penalty. That's their season so far.
But he said they were scoring goals. He just means the Burnley game, doesn't
he? Yeah. And they've been terrible, and they've picked up a series of bad results.
But like all these, you talk yourselves into what you think the outcome's going to be. You heard it with the Wolves clip. Like, we're going to win this. Yeah, we're going to win this. I can see it.
Leave them alone. They're just trying to pad out their Patreon.
Anyway, Kieran is also confident, and he has reasons to.
I actually am confident, and it's one of the first times I've been confident for a long, long time, actually, going to Manchester City. And it's not just based on their previous results or players they've got not available or available. I've just seen a little bit of a turn within this Manchester United squad, the group, and some of the things that I am seeing, especially in attack, that, you know, if we do go behind or City do score, I'm still more than confident that United can get back into the game and score more goals. Maybe that's what it is with me, but I'm looking at that centre-half area for United. De Ligt, I want to see another monster performance from him that I've seen against Gyökeres when we played Arsenal at Old Trafford. I think he can tuck Haaland away for me.
Mm-hmm. How many did Haaland get?
Scored twice.
Got two. Just two.
Just let him get a hat-trick. What more do you want?
He kept him in his pocket first half.
So. I was in a bar in Leeds on Sunday when this was on, not intentionally to watch it, but I went to the bar, and this quite sort of posh young lad was standing at the bar and said, actually, can you show me, are they showing the United game today?
Oh.
And he was really quiet about it, but the barman...
Was it Phil Hay, by the way? Because he's done that before, hasn't he? He's dropped the U-bomb. Yeah.
No. Some others have too.
Did anybody take him off to the side and just have a quiet word?
No, but I did turn around to the table behind me and say, he wants to know where they're showing the United game really loudly, and then walked off.
Good work.
Yeah.
Right.
Good fun.
But it was good. It was good that they gave it a good try, didn't they?
Yeah.
At Man City.
It's the important thing.
That's what I will say.
It's the taking part that counts.
So yeah, post game, and it sounds like actually they never had a chance.
Manchester City were quite happy at times letting Manchester United have the ball 25, 30 yards out, because they know they could defend the balls that were going through.
Every manager what's played Manchester United says, I know how to play you. We all know how to play you. Even the Grimsby manager said it, right? That's how we get organised. We're so open, it's unreal. We're so isolated up front. Every manager knows how to play us, and every team is confident. So how do we expect to go forward when everyone knows how to play Manchester United?
What about humiliating them?
Yeah, but you know, I know it's these lot, but you just go into a game track. You talk yourself into it, don't you?
No,
and then you realise you're wrong.
When we're in bad runs, I think we'll never win again.
Right.
I don't know where they've got. I don't know where this confidence.
Maybe
it's
just because we're not Manchester United football club.
Utter shit for the entire time that he's been their manager.
Yeah, and they're in the denial phase of grief.
Yeah, maybe. How long does it go on for, though? Bloody hell. Do you want to hear some moaning about Bruno Fernandes? This always pleases me too, because obviously I've hated him forever. So it's nice to have other people sort of
welcome on board, lads.
Now, Bruno has not performed in that position. He has not dominated the game like you want from a captain, and he was never in that game. He was never, like, say, in the fight, and what he did, he came further back so he could get the ball without any pressure on him. He never created anything. So there's a problem there, but it's Ruben Amorim's problem, and it's not going to change. What we're seeing is moments in the game. We're not seeing a consistency, and we haven't seen that under Ruben Amorim yet. You know, we beat Burnley, and I was hoping we may go to City and win another game, making it 2 wins on the trot. The system and the players, right, it just changes. To be honest, it's madness at times watching what's going on.
He's not said that before. I seem to recall some different messaging around the consistency that Ruben Amorim had managed to put in place at Manchester United Football Club.
Well, maybe we'll come back to that.
Will we?
He's complaining about the system not changing, but then says the problem is that the system changes.
They're swinging away in the dark here.
Well, so
I can tell.
Having said the day before we thought they were going to humiliate Man City, a day after it, they're reflecting on the whole project, if you want to call it that, the Jim Radcliffe, Ruben Amorim project. Because the way he says it, it's broken my brain to know whether it's Ruben Amorim or Amorim, because it sounds like one or the other, depending on which particular way he says it.
I mean, which is it?
It is with an M.
Right, Ruben Amorim.
Ruben Amorim.
Yeah,
Amorim. But it's sort of the way it falls out of a Manchester mouth is a certain way. So so this is just reflecting on the whole thing.
My belief, and I've always said this, there will be carnage and chaos this season, and I've always said that I believe, even with the new signings in the summer, that we will finish 8th because things will go pear-shaped. This is a long, drawn-out affair to turn this club around, and there's no quick fix.
Now, I know what you're thinking.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I?
Don't worry, I have the evidence. I have the evidence from January. That's not what he was saying in January.
Ruben Amorim has turned this football club round. These players went out on that pitch today and they were going to die for each other. That is Manchester United. What a performance, a battling performance. He said it last week, Martinez, all up there. And what I'm telling you now, that performance was unbelievable.
Yes.
Turned him around a bit.
At that point, at this point, you just saying to the jury, that's my case concluded. Yeah. Thank you.
I also like the cheek of him to say, I think we'll maybe only finish 8th. They finished 15th last year.
Mm-hmm.
And they're well on track for it again, you would have to say.
I think we're only going to finish 10th.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This season.
But you've got to accept it, haven't you?
Because we're not scoring many, so 10th is going to have to be, isn't it?
Sean Dyche just turned this club around, we'll be saying.
In another few weeks.
Mourinho's out of the picture now, isn't he?
Yeah, where's he gone?
Benfica.
Right.
Which must be a bit controversial. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, them and Porto hate each other. I've no idea.
Beat by Karabag last night in the Champions League, which feels like a pretty bad result.
Hey, we went to Manchester Airport, didn't we? That was where we flew out from. It's not as good as Leeds, is it? Leeds Bradford Airport.
They're both fucking dire, to be perfectly honest, as airports go.
The last time I was in Leeds Bradford, there was an electrical fault and the fire alarm went off and they had to evacuate the whole airport, but they didn't do it right. So the entire airport had to go through security again.
Right.
Oh, Jesus.
On probably the busiest day of the year. So there was like 9 or 10 flights all going out at the same time.
Oh, well done, everyone.
Yeah. Complete disaster.
Yeah, it fills you with confidence.
I suppose at least they did make people go back through rather than going, but it's probably fine.
They initially let people back in.
It's probably fine.
Just looking over the crowd, like,
it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
They look a great bunch of lads to me. Let's let them all through.
Do you promise?
Yeah.
They initially let people back in and we gone and got food and people are at the bar and then they're like, actually, no, you all have to leave again and go back out.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, everyone.
Well then, we'll wrap it up there.
Sorry, it's slightly shorter than normal.
I mean, it's not.
Isn't it not?
No.
Oh, okay. I think it feels like there's not quite as much as normal.
No, you do beat yourself up over this, Mickey Rasmus. It's fine.
Sorry, it's fine. Well, but
you've delivered more sparkling entertainment. Admittedly, it might not be quite as sparkling as usual because I think we're absolutely ruined. But
I am tired. Yeah. Hopefully the Wolves conspiracy can continue and then we can get a bit more out of that.
Yeah.
Because if they win, it's no fun, is it?
Nah.
No, so don't do that, lads. Don't do that. But they said they're going to do, so we'll see. That will wrap up propaganda for today. We've got some other stuff coming this week, haven't we?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, more than likely, because we have to obviously pad out the old Patreon.
Yeah.
That Football Manager thing, we need to record another one of them.
There are 20 of them the way this is going. Right, we'll see you in a bit.
The Square Ball Podcast.